Us, us, us. I'm over here, a little lunchtime workout, trying to get back into some kind of shape. Still dealing with this, but I'm trying to do some things. I was doing a little research and going back to some old memories, and I wanted to come on here and discuss a couple things, some of the things that I'm working on today, and that might be beneficial to some of y'all. A lot of people are into MMA nowadays. They like jiu-jitsu. They like, combat fighting and all of that, which is nothing new. It just happens to be more prevalent. It happens to be more available now than it used to be back in my days, where we had to go travel to actually go train. Now in every corner there's a training place. But I wanted to talk about what I'm working on, which is the close quarter part of my training, my background is in close quarters. Of course, Shotokan, Hapkido, Jeet Kune Do, all those are in between. But my background, where I started was in close quarters. So what I'm working on today is being sitting stationary, sedentary, being comfortable in an area where now you might have to respond to an attack, and how would you do that? So a lot of times you'll see me doing certain videos. I think I did one, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so, when I was doing something with a knife and I was coming up, like this. And normally what I do that is to get me ready for a situation where I might have to actually react. Let's say if I'm sitting at a restaurant, am I sitting on the bench or wherever, and I might need to respond fairly quickly. A lot of times when we see things, people are standing up and they just picture, okay, a fight always happens here. And I know from experience that most of the situations that I've been into has been at close quarters, when I'm close, when I least expect it, because that's when that person feels that you're vulnerable, and that's when they can attack. As long as you have distance, they have to close that gap in order to hurt you. But when they close, that's when they attack. I'm working on those movements. So I wanted to share one technique that I've used, but that I think it'd be beneficial to you. So, for example, let's say you're sitting down at a restaurant, or you're sitting at a table, and you're kind of comfortable, right? And you happen to be here. So the lower portion of your body is not active because you're sitting down. So this part right here of your body has to be the one that you have to use first, right? You can't push with your legs, at least not as much as if you were standing up. You can't move back with this. You kind of corner right there. So one of the things that I'm working on is just being useful with my hands. Okay, so let's say that the situation is here on the side, so I'm sitting at a table at a booth, and somebody comes to me and they're here. So obviously they got me pinned, they got me cornered, okay, and the attack is here. So what I have available is my hand, not so much my leg, because he can trap that, right? And he can pretty much trap my arm if he wants to, okay? So automatically I have to take account onto what is here and what I can use to protect, all right? And then how do I free up this portion on my body? Normally, if there's a table here, the part of the table will catch me, I won't be able to do it. So these are things that I'm thinking about, all right? So would I go underneath and grab the arm and curl him in on top of the table? Do I push? Do I sweep the hand if he has the hand on the table? Do I block? All these things I'm thinking about. All right, so one of the techniques that you probably have seen me do a lot of times, you see me do videos when I'm always doing this, protecting, right? But what people most of the times don't see is the other hand. What's the other hand doing? Okay, they see this hand blocking, but they don't see what this hand is doing. Is this hand reaching for a gun? Is this hand reaching for a knife? Is this hand reaching for a hand so I can grab the hand? Is this hand moving things out the way? So it's not so much what this hand is doing, because this hand he also sees, is this hand that's important. Just like if I had this hand here and with this hand I bring a gun. This hand is not the one you gotta worry about, it's this hand here. If I bring this hand here and I bring a knife with this one, this is the hand that you gotta worry about. So I work on certain things and how I incorporate my hand. I incorporate my hand, you know, into the techniques. And all of these are different scenarios in my head. Okay, I go underneath the arm and break the arm. I go underneath the arm and pin him on the table. I go underneath the arm and push him away. I go strike the throat. I strike the eyes. You know, I strike him on the shin. I punch him. You know, all these things. It's not so much this hand, it's what is this hand doing? Okay, it's the other hand that is important. So, and then I switch it off, and I'll do the same thing with the other hand. Okay, and then I might do it from here, and then might work something like that. Okay, and so on. But it's getting ready, switching from side to side, and visualizing a scenario, whether you're at a park bench, whether you're on a table and somebody's next to you, somebody across from you. What do? Your hands have to be active, but it's not always the hand that you see is the one that you don't see that has the most important job. The magician is talking to you with his hand while he's doing this with the other one, okay? So that's what I'm working on right now. So I'll make a video real quick on one of the techniques to give you a better understanding from it. I'll probably do it from a chair to give you a little more perspective. But I'm working on my hands to get them to work in unison. But again, it's not the one that they see, it's the one that they don't that's gonna get them, okay? Watch the other video and I give you a little tip on how to do it, and you'll see it, how I put it together. All right,